She's a Harvard grad, an Olympic gold medalist, and now, Gabby Thomas just torched the track in Kingston, leaving world champions and record holders in her dust. With the Grand Slam track's debut setting the stage, Gabby didn't just win, she dominated. Is this the start of her greatest season yet?
Gabby, Sydney, Marlady.
If you've been paying attention to track and field lately, the name Gabby Thomas has probably popped up more than once, and for good reason. She's not just a fast runner. She's a powerhouse who's changing the game on and off the track. Gabby is the kind of athlete who makes you stop scrolling and pay attention. Born in Atlanta and raised in Massachusetts, she's not just an Olympic champion. She's a Harvard graduate. Yes, you heard that right. She earned a degree in neurobiology from one of the world's most prestigious universities, which is already impressive before you even get to her medals. But let's talk about those medals for a second. Back in Tokyo 2020, Gabby exploded onto the world stage with a bronze in the 200 meters and a silver in the 4x100 meter relay. Those weren't just any medals, they were a statement. Then, she followed it up by leveling up at Paris 2024, where she brought home gold. That cemented her status as one of the fastest women alive. What makes Gabby stand out, though, isn't just the speed, it's the way she carries herself. She's sharp, articulate, graceful, and fully aware of the platform she has as a black woman in sports. Her presence radiates intelligence and strength. She's not just running races, she's running the narrative. And just when you thought her story couldn't get any more compelling, she got engaged to her longtime boyfriend, Spencer McManus. It was one of those sweet real-life fairy tales that make you smile when it shows up in your feed. Between her training, her advocacy, and her academic brilliance, she's also managing to build a life filled with love and balance. That's rare and beautiful, especially when you consider how high the stakes are in elite athletics. Gabby Thomas is living proof that you can be brilliant in multiple arenas at once, which brings us to where all this magic went down, the brand new Grand Slam track series. If you've never heard of it, don't worry. It just launched in 2025, and it's already shaking up the world of athletics in a big way. Founded by none other than four-time Olympic gold medalist Michael Johnson, the Grand Slam track is a fresh concept that brings the energy of elite competition into a tighter, more dramatic format. Think of it like track and field meets the intensity of a playoff series. No more waiting months between major events. This series keeps the action coming. The format is wild. Over just 3 days, athletes compete twice. That's a serious test of consistency, endurance, and strategy. You don't just need to win, you need to win again, less than 48 hours later. It's like being in a championship game every day for 3 days straight. The stakes are high, the matchups are electric, and the pressure is non-stop.
So from the wickets, we're working on.
The series is set across 4 major cities: Kingston, Miami, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles. But Kingston got the honor of kicking it all off, and honestly, it couldn't have started in a better place. Jamaica is the heartbeat of sprinting. From Usain Bolt to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, the island has produced some of the fastest people on Earth. The energy, the culture, the crowd, it's all perfect for an event like this. As soon as the first runners took their mark, it was clear that the Grand Slam track wasn't just another meet. It was the beginning of something much bigger. For Gabby Thomas, the Grand Slam track in Kingston wasn't just another race. It was her grand return. She had skipped the indoor season entirely to focus on her outdoor campaign, and all eyes were on her to see how she'd perform in this new, high-pressure environment. You could almost feel the buzz in the air leading up to her races. She hadn't competed since her golden performance in Paris, so the expectations were sky high. But Gabby threw a little twist into her comeback. Instead of jumping straight into her signature 200 meter, she decided to compete in the 400 meters too. Now, if you've followed her career, you know she's more than capable at multiple distances. But seeing her make this shift was both surprising and exciting. It wasn't just a test of her speed, it was a test of her endurance and strategy. It showed that she wasn't just showing up for a photo op. She was here to compete. Her decision to open her 2025 season at the Grand Slam track showed her confidence. It was a big stage, filled with big names: Paulino, Ede Nazer, Diggs, and Gabby stepped into that spotlight with total control. This wasn't a warm-up. This was a message. From the moment Gabby laced up her spikes, it was clear she meant business. Day 1 kicked off with fireworks. Gabby opened strong, clocking in a time that immediately set the tone for the rest of the weekend. Her form was razor sharp, her start was explosive, and she looked like she hadn't missed a beat since Paris. You could tell the crowd felt it too. Every stride she took had the stadium on its feet. Then came day 2, and the real test arrived. She lined up against Marilady Paulino, the undefeated queen of the 400 m in 2024, alongside Salwa Ede Nazer and Talitha Diggs. That's a brutal lineup for anyone, but Gabby didn't flinch. The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. But when the gun went off, Gabby exploded out of the blocks like she was chasing lightning. She stayed composed through the curve, shifted gears on the backstretch, and by the final 100 meters, it was like she found a whole new gear. She crossed the finish line ahead of some of the best in the world. That race was more than just a win. It was a statement. But she wasn't done yet. Day 3 rolled around, and Gabby closed the weekend with the 200 miles, her bread and butter. And man, she obliterated the field. It wasn't even close. She flew through the bend, and by the time she hit the straight, it was game over. Her stride was powerful, her focus locked in, and the distance between her and the rest of the pack just kept growing. When she crossed that finish line, the crowd erupted. It wasn't just dominance, it was pure athletic poetry. Gabby Thomas didn't just win in Kingston, she made a statement. And that statement was loud and clear. She's at the top of her game, and she's not going anywhere. What makes her win even more meaningful is the level of competition she was up against. We're not talking about rising stars or untested athletes. These were multiple Olympic medalists in their prime. Marilady Paulino was unbeaten in 11 races last year. Salwa Ede Nazer is a former world champion. Talitha Diggs is one of the most consistent runners in the US right now. And Gabby came out and beat them all. That's not just impressive, it's monumental. On top of that, she didn't just stick to her comfort zone. Most people know her as a 200 m specialist, but in Kingston, she showed off her versatility by stepping into the 400 m and winning there too. That kind of adaptability is rare, especially in sprinting, where each distance requires a different kind of preparation and strategy. She proved she's more than a sprinter. She's an all-around athlete with incredible range. Her win also sets the tone for the rest of the 2025 season. Everyone in the track world is now watching her. She's not just a threat in the 200 m anymore, she's a contender across multiple distances. And when you start thinking ahead to LA 2028, it's hard not to imagine her being one of the headline athletes on home soil. Her win in Kingston wasn't just a great start to the season, it was the start of something much bigger. And let's be honest, it also reminded the world just how powerful American women are in track and field. From Florence Griffith Joyner to Allison Felix to Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, Gabby is carrying that legacy forward with pride and power. As soon as Gabby crossed the finish line in that 200 m final, the world reacted. And I don't mean just a few claps from the crowd. I mean full-blown internet explosion. Social media lit up like a fireworks show. Fans, fellow athletes, and sports commentators couldn't stop talking about what they had just seen. Clips of her sprinting down the final stretch were everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. One fan posted a slowed-down video of her stride, captioning it, "This is what perfection looks like." And honestly, it wasn't far off. Gabby herself posted a short and sweet message after the race. "Grateful, locked in, let's keep going." She added a few pictures of her holding her winner's medal and one of her flashing that gorgeous engagement ring. It was the perfect mix of boss energy and genuine joy. And the comments section? Flooded with love. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone dropped a fire emoji. Michael Johnson called her performance a masterclass in speed and race execution. Even people who aren't usually into track were jumping on the bandwagon, saying things like, "I didn't know who Gabby Thomas was last week. I do now. She's the truth." The hashtags #Gabby Thomas, #Grand Slam Track, and #Queen of the Track were trending within an hour. Fans from around the world shared reactions. Some were screaming in their living rooms, others were inspired to go for a run themselves. That's the kind of impact Gabby had. She didn't just win a race, she created a moment people will be talking about for a long time. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.